Oh, hey, it's you. Didn't expect to see you here today. Me? Oh, why? I was just about to organize and clean my bookshelves like a good little bookish girl. Oh, you don't say. You have to clean your bookshelves too, and you need somebody to keep you company? Well, you're in the right place. Hi. That was a skit. Did I do any good? Was that a good POV, guys? I kind of gave an introduction already. I'm about to clean and organize my bookshelves. Since I became a booktuber and have been doing book challenges, inherently, I have amassed more books at a rapid pace than I normally would. From all of the videos I've done in the past where I've asked random strangers for book recommendations or friends or whatever, done Goodreads challenges, I've just amassed more books than I normally would. So today I'm going to organize my books. I'm probably gonna get rid of some books that I've already read and talk about why I'm getting rid of them. Yeah, there's so many books in this room. I actually have no idea how many books I own. I'm assuming it's like 120, at least in this room. I'm assuming I have 120 books. So the other thing you don't know about me is all the books that I've already read, I keep in boxes in my spare room behind a something. I keep my spare books that I've already read in boxes for the most part, unless I'm really proud of them, and then I display them on my TV stand. So we have a lot of books to go through, but mostly I want to dust my books because I keep my bird above my books, and birds produce a lot of dust. And I was gone for a little while on vacation. So when I came back, everything in my house was very dusty. So we're about to fix that. See if I can get the camera angle right here. Look, guys, now you can see Mochi in all of his glory and splendor. Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room here. I organize my books by color, and I know that's controversial. I also have this little tiny bookshelf over here that you can't see that is organized in the order of books I want to read that are currently in my TBR. So I have like a tiny TBR shelf, and then this is like my TBR. So like my Game of Thrones books, I have to put them somewhere else. Doesn't make sense for them to be here. They don't go with the rest of the rainbow. But the problem is some of the books are too big to fit in these shelves. And down here is my black and white books. So I don't know what to do, guys. Anyway, okay, so let's address the elephant in the room here. It's August 21st today, and have I read any of my summer TBR? Guess. The answer is no. I haven't read anything on my TBR at all. One book I finished since July 18th, I think, has been Shawshank Redemption. I finished Shawshank Redemption by Stephen King last night, and that book is only 108 pages. And I thought about DNFing it on page 65, but I'm glad that I didn't because it was pretty good. Like, if I was going to give it a real rating, I'd give it 3.5 stars. There were no chapters, which I wasn't used to, which is fine. It was kind of interesting, and it was just kind of like all from the secondary character's perspective on like his friend in jail. It was an interesting read, but it was like pretty predictable, I think, and it was kind of a slog, dare I say. I feel like it could have been 20 pages shorter and it would have been better. But that book was just okay. I got it. It was one of the $5 books that you can get at Barnes and Noble at the cafe. And I always buy those every time. I got 2 books yesterday while I was at Barnes and Noble because they were having a 50% off hardcover sale. So I got Hemlock House. And I know what you're going to say. If you know my usual reading style, you're going to be like, why the hell did you pick up Hemlock House? Like, who are you? Because I talk a big game about like literary things and meaning and plot lines and whatever. And the first book in this series is Liar's Beach, and I think we follow the same character in this one. And this is just like a TV sitcom entertainment murder mystery that's like centered around this teenage boy. It's very kitschy, it's very tropey, it's very teen romance, summer fling, rich people bullshit. But you know, I love a little bit of rich people bullshit. I love a little murder mystery, apparently. Did I know that before? Did I know I loved a good little murder mystery? No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I read Liar's Beach. And Liar's Beach was one of the $5 books at the cafe in Barnes and Noble. So I picked this up, and then I got this book called Lush, which I'm on page 23. And look at this cute little bookmark I got, guys. Forget Me Nots. So cute. But this is about sommeliers, and I think they're gonna fall in love, but I don't know. And that's kind of all I know about it. It's giving toxic job in the service industry. It's giving sexy black woman as the main lead, so I'm in. And then the other thing I'm reading is Myra, which I started reading and then had to start rereading. I started reading this while I was in St. Pete, and I was having so much fun with my friends that I didn't have time to read it. So I think I'm gonna finish Lush, read this one, and then read Hemlock House. But that also means I'll have not gotten through my summer TBR by the time summer is over, probably. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to get around that. I might film a little, oh my god, I have to read all of these books at once, one of those. Okay, so anyway, cleaning my bookshelf, reorganizing it. That's what we're doing. Let me talk a little bit about my summer so far, because that's interesting, right, guys? What have I been up to this summer? One thing you gotta know about me is every summer I volunteer for a cute little, what is it called? Summer camp. And I'm not going to talk too much about the intricacies of that because it's kind of personal to me. Every year I volunteer for this little summer camp, and it takes like 10 whole days out of my summer. But I get to see the same people every year pretty much that volunteer there, and they're all in my spiritual community. It like kind of rejuvenates me in this very like specific and intrinsic way that is like beautiful and wonderful. But then when I get back home, I'm always like, damn, what am I doing with my life? This sucks. I don't want to be here, because I have such a good time with them and they live all over the world. And then I come back home and like not all of my friends are here. And I'm just like, oh. So this year I asked my friend Marwan, my friend and boss, if he would come hang out with me after Sahabas, because otherwise I'm going to spiral. So yeah, Marwan's coming over today. He's been coming over every Wednesday for the last couple of weeks, and I really appreciate that, because otherwise I would be sad. I would be sad, guys. So yeah, let's get to cleaning this little shelf here. We gotta get serious. We gotta lock in. Oh no. I have quickly realized that this vacuum is too big to get into this nook, which really sucks. Really sucks for me, guys. But what can we do instead? Let's try this. Okay, progress. Ew. Cool, that's gross. Cool, guys. So, funny story about this bookshelf. This bookshelf was here when I moved in, and it's originally like a cool, like 80s style, put your giant square TV right here kind of thing. And I thought it was kind of uggo, but I also loved it. So I decided to paint it, but I was originally going to paint it white. I was going to paint it to match the walls so it didn't like stand out so much. But there was this guy living here named Edmund who was in one of my previous videos for like a very short amount of time. And he's a carpenter or something. And he was like, everybody paints everything white. You're an American. This sucks. Bleep bloop blop. I was like, okay, I don't want to be an American like that. So I was like, let me paint it bright pink. This color, I got at Ace Hardware. It's called Hot Lips. I thought it was really going to piss him off. I was like, fuck you, it's bright pink. He loved it. And meanwhile, I was like, I don't know if I love this. But I do. I kind of love it. All right, guys, should I get rid of this vintage tattoos book? It's kind of awesome. Okay, so short story. I used to want to be a tattoo artist. I still kind of do, but also I kind of don't, because the tattoo community is weird, guys. They're not very nice. And that's all I have to say about that. When you're dealing with a bunch of artists who have like huge egos, it's not easy. And I'll leave it at that. But I did apprentice at 2 places. And yeah, it never worked out for me, guys. Never worked out for me. People are a little wild out here. Okay. So I think I want the yellow section to like end here and then it goes into the green. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I'm kind of tired of having the green ones split up. I want them to be together. Okay. Roy G. Biv brothers. Okay. So we're just going to like leave that like that for a second. See if we can't condense some of these things. Okay. How to Stay Alive in the Woods is a book that I really want to like make a video about me reading. I mean, it's so full of information though. It's kind of like a weird shape, but I would like to know how to stay alive in the woods, because I think that's important. Don't ask me why. I also have like so many books about herbalism and like growing things that I've just never read, which I really need to do. I read a lot of, where is it? I read a lot of Self-Sufficient Harvest? No, that's not what it is. Oh, where is it? Maybe it's on top of my fridge. I read a lot of this like southeastern farming book. Let me see if I have it. Look at this. Is that controversial that I just sprayed the front of this book with cleaning stuff? Probably. Probably not so good, guys. But you know, like my book's clean. Okay, anyway, I've read a lot of this book. It's kind of a lot when you're taking notes on page 63. And I've also gone to like lots of farming classes, and I used to be a farmer. So yeah, this is a good book if you need to learn about vegetable gardening in the Southeast. I can definitely recommend that at this point. It's written by somebody very famous, because like I went to one of her talks and everybody was like freaking out that she was there. She's kind of old, so if you haven't met her yet, you probably should try. Okay, so the real question is, where are we going to put these Game of Thrones books? Because they don't really belong with all the blue books. IMO, guys. I'm really cool. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. The attachment on this vacuum kind of sucks, like kind of majorly. But not enough. Doesn't suck enough to actually suck. That's facts. So there was this one time I came home and I couldn't find Mochi. I'd left him out. And I was like calling him, and usually he responds to me. He'll be like, ah, like that, you know, like birds, like a bird sound. And I couldn't find him. I thought he like chewed on something and electrocuted himself, and I was gonna like find my dead bird somewhere. And I was like obviously pretty upset about it. It really ruffled my feathers. Then I figured out that Mochi was hiding amongst my books, and he wasn't responding to me because it was too dark behind the books for him to respond. One thing you got to know about birds is when it's dark, they don't be doing stuff for the most part. I mean, my bird doesn't. Anyway, so Mochi got stuck behind my books, wasn't saying anything about it, and now there's just like bird shit stuck to the shelf. That's fun. I'm scraping it off with an awesome highlighter. That is rough. Good thing I'm doing this. I've lived here for almost a year and I haven't done this yet. So here we are. Mishka's been blowing her coat. It's been pretty evil to keep up with vacuuming because Mishka's blowing her coat. She's doing evil things. Some battles you just can't win, and this is a slight L for us. I can't get all of that off. I wound up doing this because some of these books are too tall to put here. So now they're sideways. Now the real problem I'm having is with, first of all, these bottom shelves get so dirty so fast. Second of all, I have way too many books down here. Like, the fact that these are like being stacked this way really bothers me. So we need to figure out how we're going to handle this. There's just too much stuff going on down here. It's like everything book related that I've ever owned that I can't figure out what to do with. I've just been kind of hoarding down here. Just way too much going on. So we're down here in the bookshelf of doom, and there's a lot of interesting nonfiction that is just either black or white in color. They're like, we want you to know that we take this genre so seriously that we can't possibly put any color on this page. Brandon Sanderson book that I'm probably never going to read because it's a crazy shape and it's going to hurt my hands to hold. I have a Rebecca Yarros book because I won this at a book related event for Fourth Wing, and I signed up to go to this book related event before I went and read the book. I was just like, oh, it's a popular book. It's fantasy. Maybe it'll be similar to the Sarah J. Maas book, and I won't hate it, and it'll be cool. I mean, it's a beautiful book. It's very interesting to look at. Am I ever gonna read it? Have I heard that it's fucking awful and it sucks? Yeah. Also, which book is this? Is this the third one or the second one? I have literally no idea, and I don't even know if it matters because I heard that the second one sucks. So this is where I feel like I really need to put a dent in this shelf. But it's also like there's books from my spiritual community down here that like I definitely plan on reading one day, but just I really cannot fathom reading them right now. Like the language they use in these books is like very difficult to read. It's very repetitive. I feel like low-key the Bible is more entertaining. Sorry guys, but I need to do something about this because this is an absurd number of books and I don't want to be a book hoarder, you know. Oh, I have this Karen Miller book that my friend gave me in high school that I never read, and I'm so sorry that I've never read this. I should really read this. Maybe I'll read it in the fall. It seems like it could be a good fall read. But that's definitely got to go on the shelf. Another giant tome. Ooh, and it's in a series. It's a series. Interesting. It's crazy how dirty books get when you leave them somewhere. Look at how dirty that is. Look at how dirty that is. You don't want that. Yeah, it's crazy. This book is actually like yellowing. I've had it for like a decade or more. I got 17 pages in though. Look, I found a little bookmark. It's cool. Obviously, I'm going to start rereading that. The Foxfire Book of Appalachian Women. Good book. Black is the Body is a great book. I've read it already though. Every time I try to film this, something happens. Either my microphone dies or I can't get my head in frame. So, guess what we're doing today? Refilming this whole section of the video. Is it going to take me some time? Yes. Okay, so here's what you need to know. I cleaned off my bookshelves. I'm getting rid of a bunch of books. These are the books I'm getting rid of. And Madison's here with wine.
Hi, I'm here with wine, but I need to get Wisteria a cup still.
True. Okay, so start out. I decided I wanted to get rid of a bunch of books because I have too many books. It's becoming a problem. This is what happens when you make YouTube content about books, I guess. So I'm getting rid of quite a few books. First of all, I'm getting rid of The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. No particular reason. I'd like to read this, but I don't like the shape of this copy because the text is incredibly small. And also, this book is a weird shape. Thank you. This book is a weird shape. It's too thick. It's too narrow. I know that it's going to hurt my hands to hold. So it's gotta go.
Hurt your dainty little hands?
It's gonna hurt my dainty little hands. Would you like to get in the shot?
I don't know if I look good enough to be in a shot, though.
I'm wearing a muumuu.
I'm sure I look good enough to shoot me.
I'm concerned. Okay, then I got this book during the storm. Somebody gave it to me. It's called The Trumpet of the Swan, and it is a children's book. And I'm talking into this like it's a microphone, but it's not. Somebody gave me this book. They handed it to me. They said, "This is a good book. You should read it. It's for children." I feel like a child should have this and not me. So it belongs to the children. I'm getting rid of a vintage tattoo book because, fun fact, I used to want to be a tattoo artist. I kind of still do, but I tried to apprentice in multiple tattoo shops, and tattoo artists are weird and they're hard to work with. So I'm temporarily giving up, and therefore also giving up on this book.
You're hard to work with.
Thank you. Okay, so I am also giving away A Botanical Daughter. I liked this book enough, but it's not one that I'm ever going to reread. I bought this for my Strangers Recommend Me Books video, and it was fine, but I don't really need it, and it's in good condition, so I could probably give it away. Madison's just immediately going through them.
Yeah.
Okay, so The Overstory by Richard Powers. I really like this book, but it makes me too radical, and it makes me want to commit acts of terrorism. So I've just decided that I should give it away so that I don't commit any acts of terrorism. I don't want to commit any acts of terrorism, guys, but this book does make me want to. And if you know anything about this book, it's about people protecting the redwoods in California and all of the different people who are involved and how they get involved and bleep bloop blop, and it just makes me really mad to read about people tearing down old growth forests, so I just gotta give it away. See, is this thing still on? Sure is. Okay, Nine Tails by Sally Wen Mao. You know that I just finished reading this for Asian American Pacific Islander Month. I thought it was pretty good, but it's not good enough to keep. There is a problem with short story collections where some of them kind of fall flat. I mean, I thought there were a lot of things about this book that were very beautiful, but I don't think it's one that I'm ever going to reread. So Madison might read it, I guess. Okay.
Maybe.
Stephen King, Shawshank Redemption. I gave this book like 4 stars. I think it really deserves like 3.5 stars. It's fine. It's a short read, but it kind of feels really long, which is unfortunate because I wanted something to read that would get me out of a reading slump, and it's like a little predictable, like not super interesting. Like the 2 main characters are really well written, and it's like kind of like ooh, yeah, I don't know, maybe, but you're also just like, I don't know. I don't
4
really
stars
care.
is a lot of stars.
I said I would rather give it 3.5, but that's not
lot.
an option. Did you read this?
No, but like I only give books 4 stars if I'd read them again. 4 stars is like 5 stars is like perfection.
I feel
wanna
like
be buried with it.
3 is too little and 4 is too
3
much.
is like above average.
Yeah, it's above average.
Okay.
It's
4
like
is
a
too much.
3.5.
But you don't want to keep it.
I don't want to keep it.
Okay.
3.5 is like just above mediocre for me, and I don't want
Okay, I see
mediocre
that.
books
Yeah.
on my shelf. Sorry, Stephen King. I'm sure you're gonna take that really
I don't
hard
want
because you're
mediocre
totally gonna
books
watch
on my
this,
shelf.
and you're like, this bitch is a moo and her opinion is really hurting my feelings, and I'm gonna be like, I'm so sorry, Stephen King. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
He wrote a book in '63. For being this old, though, Stephen, You look pretty good.
I feel like I should mic you up, but I only have one mic.
He kind of looks like a Who from Whoville, but like a little more attractive and old.
Okay, so In Ghostly Japan is another collection of short stories, Japanese legends and folklore. Again, like, I mean, a lot of like books that are, I think this is probably translated from Japanese, and it just reads like very dryly, and it's hard to keep my attention. I read it, but I think it took me quite a long time to finish reading, and I just don't really need it. Okay, Pachinko is a tough one for me to get rid of because I did really like this book, and I feel like it being on my shelf is like, ooh, she read Pachinko, you know. But it's a very very long family drama that this goes over the course of like generations, and it's incredibly sad. And I don't know if it's a sign of the times, but I just can't read sad shit anymore, guys. Like, so I'm getting rid of this. I feel like it would be nice for somebody else who like feels like they could benefit from this book to have it. Okay, How to Get Over a Boy. I don't need to know how to do that anymore. Some young girl can have this book. That's all I'm gonna say. Also, there's like so many pages in this book that are just like big fucking words, which really kind of pisses me off. Like, what is that?
Oh, I thought you meant like
This whole page is fucking blank.
I thought you meant big words.
There's
words.
not enough words in this book. You know how like people on TikTok complain that there's too many words in a book? This book doesn't have enough words. There's just like a lot. Like, what the fuck? Make room to trust in that. Fuck you. I can't believe I paid for a fucking hardcover of just a bunch of shit. Okay, The Salt Grows Heavy is kind of an interesting little genre bender, spooky Halloween book. There's a non-binary character in it, which is kind of interesting. But the writing didn't really capture me, and the story wasn't really super memorable, so I just don't really need it. The Native American Book of Life. I thought this was gonna be for adults. It's for children. I still read it. I still enjoyed it, but I feel like somebody who has children could benefit from it more than I can.
Is there romance in this?
Yeah, I think so, kind of. Good Boundaries and Goodbyes. This is like a Christian's take on boundaries, and I actually found it to be quite interesting and worthwhile read. I didn't finish all the way through it because I didn't really feel like I had to, but she uses some examples from the Bible of Jesus having boundaries, which I thought was kind of interesting, and it was kind of helpful to read. So I liked this book enough. I think someone else could benefit from it more than I can right now. I don't really need help with that, as far as I know. Okay, so those are all the books I'm getting rid of. I hope you enjoyed watching this silly little video. My bookshelf is very clean now.
Yeah. It looks exactly the same to me.
It's not.
Where?
There used to be stacks of books behind the other books that went up really high.
Okay.
Those are fixed.
Okay.
I made it so there's the Game of Thrones is sideways now.
Okay.
So that the books stand up better.
I'm surprised you're keeping Throne of Glass.
I'm not done reading this series yet. I have to finish it.
But why would you keep it? I mean, okay.
I usually keep book series that I've finished because I'm like, look, I finished this. Even if I think it sucks. I read the first one. It was my favorite Sarah J. Maas book, but that's not really saying much. Okay, guys, like and subscribe. Bye.